So recently, my heart sunk when I came back home from dinner with a friend and decided to have a Coca-Cola at the end of the night. So I got the Coca-Cola and poured it into a glass and then proceeded towards my studio as I wanted to start a new track at the end of the night. So I put down my glass of Coca-Cola on my studio desk right beside my audio interface, and I proceeded to reach over to turn on my monitors. And as I was reaching over, I accidentally tipped over my glass of Coca-Cola. And to my shock, when I turned around, my RME Babyface, my audio interface, was covered in wet with Coca-Cola. Moments later, my audio interface started to make sparking noises, and at that point, I realized my audio interface was dead. Thankfully, the team at RME and Syntax are amazing people and were kind enough to give me a replacement. So today we're going to talk about why my RME Babyface is my favorite and go-to audio interface. So this is my favorite audio interface. It's the RME Babyface Pro. It's a 24-channel, 192 kilohertz bus-powered USB audio interface. And from what I understand, RME is one of the leaders in terms of best audio converters. Essentially what that means is you get precise and transparent sound. When we're converting digital information from our computers into audio, it has to convert digital information into analog, and that conversion process is crucial to the sound quality. It also has great signal to noise ratio, especially if you're recording microphone or line-in instruments. You want as clean as possible of a signal. It just means less noise in the background. On the side panel, you actually have a 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch headphone input. And this is quite useful because essentially you have two headphone outputs. And this is quite handy when you have a vocalist in the studio and you also want to preview the sound, or you may be collaborating with someone in the studio. It's just nice to have two headphones available for referencing. Also on the side panel are two line-in inputs. I usually use this to plug in, say, my DJ mixer or maybe an external laptop. On the back panel here, we have the inputs and outputs. So we have two XLR inputs, and then we have two outputs that go directly to my monitors. I've always been iffy about connecting an audio interface directly to my monitors. However, it's actually quite handy with the knobs. You can control the volume directly. This setup is actually quite handy, especially with the front panel, the big knob where you can control and monitor the volume. I find it very useful. The headphone outputs actually support high impedance headphones, so my Bayer Dynamics DT990 sound great on them. Also, if you're clumsy like me, I would highly recommend you grab one of these plastic covers. This one is produced by Deck Savers, and they actually produce a number of covers for an assortment of audio gear. So awesome company. And had I learned about this earlier, it would have saved me a lot of heartache. So I definitely recommend you to look into getting one of these plastic covers. It'll keep your audio interface nice and dust-free and avoid any trouble like me. Hey, today's video is sponsored by Skillshare, and they just came out with this new music fundamentals class with 5-time Grammy Award winner Jacob Collier. Jacob has a very unique understanding on the building blocks that make up music, and watching his class made me think about melody, rhythm, and harmony in a new way. For example, his melodies chapter helped me look at writing melodies in a new way by looking at it as note intervals, and this is especially helpful when we're writing bass lines. So here's a drum break from my Rollers kit. And then we're going to write a bass line using the concept from Jacob Collier's class on melody. I'm going to write a bass line starting with the key of F. So punch in your first note. And essentially what Jacob Collier gets us to think about is when we're writing a melody, think about it in intervals, especially with the first two notes. Where are you going to go next? We have F established, and the second note can be many other notes, right? It could be one note up, like, or we can go two notes up, or we can go even 4 notes up, or we can go all the way up here. Right? Now I'm going to go with this note here. So essentially what he's saying is when you have these two notes established and this interval established, that will dictate how the rest of the story will develop, or the rest of the melody. So if you're going from F to A, certain notes make a little more sense for that story to continue. So maybe something like this. So now we have this. So establishing the interval of those first two notes is crucial for you to figure out the rest of the notes that follow. And this is what I learned from Jacob Collier's class. Super helpful. Also, his breakdown on the circle of fifths was super helpful, as I've struggled to understand this concept for many years. Then he explains rhythm in a very unique way by breaking it up into smaller intervals and rhythms. This is especially useful for us beat makers, and it'll help us understand and learn new patterns and ideas. For example, a beat can be broken up into many intervals, not just in fours. We can break it down in triplets, into fives, or in even sixths, and so on. So for anyone looking to get a better understanding on the fundamentals of music, I highly recommend his class. By taking Jacob Collier's class, you'll get a deeper understanding of music, and this will help you in your writing as well. For those that don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes to help you expand, explore your creativity, and learn new skills. And don't forget, I also have a series of classes on Skillshare where you can learn the basics of beat making, writing bass lines, as well as the basics of Serum. The benefit of Skillshare is that there are no ads. The first 1,000 people that use my link in the description will receive 1 month free trial of their premium membership. Alright, so check it out, and I hope you guys learned something on Skillshare. I also really like the internal mixer called Total Mix. It's super handy and very customizable. So on the top row here are our audio inputs, and you actually have an EQ section where you can apply an EQ. This is especially handy when you're recording a microphone. You can apply a low cut here, as well as there's other parameters to adjust the input level. And on the middle row is our software playback channels. Essentially, you have 6 of these internal channels which you can route software audio, like you can set Spotify to play one channel, Ableton to play one channel, and all desktop sounds to play another channel, so that you can avoid recording. For example, every time your messages bleep, it won't record it because it's on a completely different channel, right? So that's very handy as well. And then on the bottom you have the hardware outputs, and each one can have a separate mix of all the inputs up here. This is especially handy because, for example, sometimes I might want a mix with only my microphone on this one, and this one might be my DAW, and this one might be both mixed together, right? For example, you might have 2 microphones and you might want to send them both to one output, and then the guitar on another output, right? So that's quite handy. And then on the bottom here you have your mains and your headphone settings. So it's quite handy. I like using this, and very customizable. So it makes it very convenient to interact with your hardware interface. Overall, I think it's a great sounding audio card, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a quality interface that will last you a while, has a quality build, and won't break the bank account. Not to mention, the support team is super helpful. If you ever have any issues, you can just contact them directly. So with that said, check the links below to learn more about the RME Babyface Pro, as well as their other lines of quality audio interfaces. So overall, the RME Babyface is an awesome audio interface. If you're looking for superior sound, an amazing build, and a reliable interface, then I highly recommend you checking this one out. I'll leave some links down below so you can learn more about the RME Babyface Pro. So this is why I love the RME Babyface Pro. It's an awesome card. If you're interested, I'll leave some links down below so you can learn more about it. Overall, this is an amazing audio interface. It's got a superior sound, an amazing build, and a reliable interface. So if you're looking for an audio interface, I highly recommend this one. And of course, just make sure you don't spill Coke on it.